damn it.
Hey, everybody. RiverCity-Media is still real to me. Got QB1, the founder of RiverCity-Media, with us tonight, along with the I don't know. I'm trying to
the
bring in
Rabid Beaver of professional wrestling. It's
Rabid
me. It's
Beaver.
me. It's Joseph Hughes. How are y'all doing tonight?
I think we fell asleep, Joseph. So you have to. Me and Howie seem to be glitching a little bit.
Actually, when I see it and I tried to read it throws me off. But when I just say it, then I'm good with it. But anyway, Joseph Hughes, thanks for joining us tonight, Joseph.
You guys are so welcome. I appreciate being here each and every time you guys have me here. How are y'all doing tonight?
Joseph, the funniest thing was me trying to spell it one time. Howie, it looked like a spelling bee in a third grade test.
He called me the Arabian Beaver.
The Arabian Beaver.
Was you going to come out and do the little dance or whatever?
Hey, you never know.
But we got a guest that's going to be joining us hopefully here soon. I think they're just running a little bit late, but up until then, we're going to talk a little bit about the last week or so of wrestling. It was great having Evan Golden on last week. Being in TNA, yeah, the vice president over there's got something to say, but I ain't gonna let him say it right now. But it's great. It's great for Evan to be in the TNA right now, and get that exposure. And Joseph, you've been around him a lot longer than we have. So, how do you think Evan is handling this?
I think he's handling it like a true champion, to be honest with you. He's taking it in stride. He's learning a lot from the people that are there. And in that aspect of learning, he's also being able to connect with good people for the future, his future. Right. And I think it's going to bid him a very, very good farewell to a lot of the smaller independent promotions that he wants to be a part of currently. And it's going to elevate his career to a different standpoint as well. I think that he's excelled in the role that they've given him currently. And as long as he keeps excelling with that, the sky's the limit. You can move up and do anything you want in wrestling. So he has the ability to be the world champion one day, and it might be coming from humble beginnings like this.
Could be. All right, VP.
Hey, look, if you want my honest answer about Evan Golden, you want me to rip away the whole character that we played, that he's, and him, he's welcomed me as a fan. I think he's a class individual. He's a good young man. But think about the guys we have on here. A lot of our constant guests: KC Kazana, Evan Golden, Josh Turner. They're all the same thing. They're good people. We are with a core fandom of guests that Joseph. They're all good people.
Every last one of them are. And the crazy thing is you never think that when you get into this business that you're going to be on that side of people, and to see that side of people and see them be vulnerable and let them into your life. But it's amazing to see how they befriend you and they need you to be a part of their life at some point in times. And currently, Josh actually went back to the hospital yesterday. He had a real bad day yesterday, but it seems like he's doing pretty good today so far. He's asked us to share a whole bunch of stuff, and he's been his normal self today. So it's really good to see. You're going to have good days and we're going to have bad days, but we wish you a very well recovery. We want you to come back 100% stronger, Josh Turner, wherever you're at. And we want you to be TKO the Savior once again. And we're going to help you in any way possible. So keep us in your thoughts and prayers, Josh, as well, with everything that's going on in our family.
So did
you get? I'm going to kick you in the nuts first time I see you.
So did he cuss you over or under 50 times today, Joseph?
It was under. He actually wanted me to do some stuff for him today, but if I don't do it, it will be over 50 times by the time this show is ended.
I love Josh. I told Evan last week I'm the only guy that Evan Golden, Josh Turner match at Wrestling for a Cause. I was the only person kicked in the nug nugs the whole match. So. And Joseph too. I wanted to comment real fast. We're out here, and you and I chase guests. A lot of times we have to get guests, and it seems the bigger these guests are on their promotion, the easier they are to come on here and get along. Sometimes we have to argue with the guy just looking for the booking to get on here, but somebody like Casey Kazana, who's NWA star, anytime we pick up the phone and call him, he's more than willing to do for us what we ask him for too.
I think it's the difference between being a professional and being an amateur. And one of the biggest things is there's no such thing as bad publicity. You know, when we were in television, they told us there's no such thing as bad publicity. Doesn't matter what it is, you can always spin it for your good, whatever it is. And there's a lot of things that go on in these people's lives that we don't see on a daily basis, but they think it's bad publicity. They think, well, it's just a small little media outlet. It's just a place that I'm going to get 5 or 10 minutes to talk, and then I'm not going to have any exposure. But it's exactly the opposite. We're going to give you all the exposure. We want you to come on. We want you to talk about your journey in wrestling. We want to talk about what's relevant to you in wrestling and current events and things that are going on. And that way you can promote yourself better in a different market. And you guys got to look at that is we are in a different market than you're in on a normal everyday basis. So whenever we're introducing you to our crowd's getting ready to see you in some form, shape, or fashion, such as the guest that we're going to have here tonight. The Glitch in the Matrix is supposed to be here at some point in time. Get him, Kilgore. He has been introduced into the Georgia market here currently, and we want to get his story. We want to find out what's going on, what makes him tick, and what makes us know that we're going to be a part of the Matrix soon.
Yes, absolutely. And we love breaking, Howie. We've always talked about what we wanted to do with RivwrCity-Media. And Joseph with Wrestle Talk, we all three love breaking new talent in and bringing them on here. You know, I think, Howie, about the notorious BBJ, she was wrestling a few matches, and then we got her on here and had her on several times, and now she's about to be a Dr. Tom graduate, and she's working with Kenzie Page, and you know she's in front of huge crowds. If there's a success story to RivwrCity-Media, Judy may be it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's lots of success stories in RivwrCity-Media, but I would agree with you. I think BBJ is one of the bigger success stories in RivwrCity-Media. Johnny Faith, great man that we all know and love and care about, one of Dr. Tom's graduates as well. One of the huge success stories of RivwrCity-Media. The man went through a heart attack, served his country faithfully for years, comes out, gets a heart attack inside the ring, and makes a comeback. And he's on a comeback tour currently in Georgia. I think I posted it on my page last night. He's going to have some matches coming up, I believe in November, if that's correct.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's great to introduce the world to new talent out there. And there's a lot here in the Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama area that we're trying to get on. And, you know, we're not, just like Joseph said, if you come on here, you got as much time as you want because we have nothing else to do, or at least me and this one over here has nothing else to do. Joseph has a pretty wife sitting over there waiting on him, but us two, we have nothing to do. So you got all the time in the world to come on and talk and promote whatever you want to, and basically do a interview for the world here on our little podcast.
That's true. That's true. And let's plug a couple of people. I saw Gig'em talking to you, Joseph. Can you see if you can help him get on?
Yeah, absolutely. I will be right there to see it.
Okay. A couple of people. Joseph has got the Prince lined up. Prince Gabriel from out in California with us to be appearing, and we've got the one of my favorites, Howie, coming. Michael Gabriel, the cult leader. He'll be here within the next couple weeks. And we just talked about her coming back. The notorious one, Big Booty Judy, Juicy Jeff Bishop. We'll have the Wrestling with the Calls guys again. And hopefully, we've been planning it. We will get TKO Josh Turner feeling well enough to come on and just talk about his journey over the last little bit, because I know it's been tough. So,
You know, Randy, honestly, I don't think he's got to feel well just to be able to come on here because he's been on here quite a few times over the last few weeks, from anywhere from the hospital bed showing us man nipple to being just getting home and literally walking through the door. So he's always willing to come on here and talk to the man that he kicked in the nugnugs before the bell rung at Wrestling for a Cause.
I owe him. Joseph, did you get hold of our guest there?
I'm working with him right now, guys.
All right, awesome. Yeah, he kicked me right in the nugnugs and laughed about it on his way to the ring. Hey,
Yeah, well, he wasn't the only one laughing. I'll be honest about it.
well, yeah, I got it. and we're coming off. We're coming off such a success with Matrotham too that, Joseph, the Matrotham was maybe my favorite event over the last 3 or 4 years. I've been able to work, or not work, but be involved in media wise.
Matrotham Con was one of the best conventions I've been to in a long time. We go to quite a bit, and it was one of the ones that was actually set up that to be a very wrestling friendly promotion and wrestling friendly con. They gave all access to everybody that was at Matrotham to come in and see Wrestling for a Cause Chattanooga and to be a part of it. And you, the fans, could have the opportunity to become the 24/7 hardcore title holder for none other than Wrestling for a Cause Chattanooga. And it was at no cost to you. You could win that title on the floor, the Comic-Con floor. You could win it in the ring. You could have won it in the hallway. You could have won it in the bathroom. You could have won it at concessions. You could have won it anywhere. They wanted to make sure that the fans got involved and knew. And I think it was very special because we got to see first-timers, first-time kids who've never seen the shows, never been to a show, never been in the business, never watched WWE, but they got to see professional wrestling for the very first time and became fans that day.
Yeah, absolutely. And Howie, the girl that beat Max, TKO Max with the kendo stick, might have been the best part of the show.
Yeah, absolutely. And for the ones that wasn't there, the main event started out in the ring and ended up literally going all over the Comic-Con area and ended up back in the ring. But if you wasn't there, you missed out. And that was my first ever Comic-Con to go to. And I told Randy the other day, I said, I'm going to go to more because I just enjoyed seeing the people dressed up. And who else can say that they sat in the crowd and watched matches and you look to your left, sitting in the front row was Billy Gunn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're
No, the $1 Million Man was out there as well at one point in time. He was watching from the balcony. So we got to see Ted DiBiase take an interest in it as well and try to see everything that was going on. He also came down to the ring and took some pictures with some fans before the show. So there was a lot of interest from current and former WWE alumni and a lot of interest from the fans there in Georgia as well. So it was working very good on their end. We're having some technical difficulties getting Mr. Get 'em Kilgore on tonight, guys. So if you guys will be patient with us, we're going to try to make it work. But
Just
as of right now,
if you remember what I said a while ago, we have nothing but time.
Yeah.
Randy's good to go for another 2 hours because he's ate and took a nap, and I'm good to go for at least an hour and a half. So,
and I got
get that orange stuff out of the way.
Guys, let's change the subject up a little bit while we got a little bit of time here. What do you guys think about the Seth Rollins injury that happened on Saturday night? The main event.
Yeah, it was. I think it changed some of the plans for the finish overall on the Saturday night's main event, and we're going to see how good of a booker Triple H really is to be able to work around this. Because from what I've heard so far, could be something that he could be out for quite a while.
Yeah, it's a tragic deal with. There've been a couple of those. You saw Adam Cole come out and give up his title in AEW, undisclosed. You don't know what that is, but it's a move that Seth Rollins has made 1,000 times, and that's the thing about wrestling. You never know. You can watch a match like Moxley and Hangman, where the pinfall's taking place on a bed of nails, and then you can watch a simple move like Seth Rollins blew his knee out. Now, I don't know if it's an ACL. I don't know if they've said it even, but it sure looked like it.
I don't know what y'all could see actually on TV because I haven't went back and watched it, but I was there and I saw it, and at first I thought it was a little bit of a work, but then when I saw the doctor come out, I knew there was something going on then.
Yeah, he definitely tweaked it. You could. I was with you, Howie. I think it was a work at first, the way that it looked from the television, but after I realized he couldn't get up, he couldn't stand up on it. He couldn't put any weight on it. There was something real about it, and I hate to see it for him because, like you said, it really hurt his chances moving into the future with some of the plans that they had for him. But I wish him well. I want him to come back. I want him to recover. And accidents happen, and you got to think this in this business, it's going to happen from time to time. And you can't be Bret Hart all the time and blame somebody for breaking your neck and then never get over it. You got to, at some point in time, you got to bury the hatchet with people and hope for the best for them and try to help them along their journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they just strapped a rocket on him. That's what they just strapped Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, and you could tell they had built that for the main event of a WrestleMania. And it's sad to me to see the other guys affected by this because it's just not the same without Seth Rollins.
Well, you talking about the other guys helping Seth. I think the main thing that really hurt was Seth having the money in the bank. What are they going to do with that now? I mean, he's got from now till June, I think it is, to cash in. But if it is a blown ACL, he may not be back in time.
Well, this is the beautiful thing. Like, he might have to relinquish that. This will be the first time in history that we'll have a relinquished money in the bank to think about. And that could guarantee anybody the opportunity to become the next world heavyweight champion. And we know there's been almost 100% success rate on cashing in. So this could be a huge opportunity for anybody in the WWE currently, including those that are in Evolve, those that are in NXT, those everywhere. They have the same opportunity now to get a hold of this briefcase. Not only get a hold of this briefcase, but to make it happen for themselves and to build a career and build a future. And WWE will drop the ball if they don't see that spotlight. And then let's say Seth fakes this injury. Let's say it's an absolute fake, right? Okay. I love this option too. I don't think it is, but let's say it is for a moment. So he fakes this knee injury, right? And he's playing along and he's on crutches and he's on the bike and he's on the wheel. And then it comes time and he's still got the briefcase. Does he use it and show everybody that it's just a just a shoot going on? That could be a genius move. He is the architect. You know what I mean?
Two things. One is the briefcase, Money in the Bank briefcase. Are they going to treat it like the Freebird rules and just let Braun Breaker take it and go win a title?
I think it would definitely bring controversy if they did that. I think it'd bring a lot of controversy. For one, it's been given to him. He didn't earn it. He didn't win it. It was just given to him. So there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be on that paper champion thing if he cashes it in and actually makes it work. The second thing that I think that could happen here is if they do give it to him, yeah, he's going to get all the scrutiny for it. But you got to see Braun Breaker's on the up and up too. So would it automatically send him on an automatic decline for receiving that the way that he received it? I mean, that's a good question.
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't think it is. And part two to that was at one point I kind of thought it was a work, and I thought that maybe Goldberg was going to beat Gunther, and then Seth was going to cash it in on Goldberg to win the title back, because you know that Goldberg wasn't going to walk away a champion,
right?
But so either way, it's the only good thing that came out of that was LA Knight got a victory over Seth Rollins. Yeah.
LA. Yeah.
Randy, your thoughts on it?
Man, I'm not much of a WWE guy, but they have a potential to have I think the Cody thing happened organically. And I think they've got a chance to do something organic, whether it be Seth being a work or Seth really being hurt. If Seth is really hurt, I'm kind of okay with taking the young future world champion superstar and making him the front. You know, I think about the group that Finn Balor and how that was started by Edge. Nobody remembers that. They kicked Edge out of the group. Well, could you make Braun Breaker now the front of this group? I don't know, but I know Braun Breaker will have a world title at some point if you do it now or later. But to me, it's an interesting twist. I think WrestleMania was headed for a coronation of Seth Rollins, and now your WrestleMania is wide open. What are you going to do?
Wow. And that this might be the first time that we've seen it in our lifetimes where it's been like this.
Yeah, I mean, it's anybody's game. And, and Joseph made a great point. Someone like, I'm going to say a name, and no, he's not over the top, but in the WWE, he's truly one of my favorites. Logan Paul. What if he's what if you do something with Logan Paul here? What if you do something with Austin Theory, which I think is a talent wasted?
Logan Paul's got to get past Jelly Roll first.
That. Hey, don't put me on a rant. I love Jelly, and my friend used to manage Jelly Roll, and I'm sitting here looking at a stack, not just a couple, but a stack of signed Jelly Roll records. And Jelly, you don't need to be getting physical in the WWE. That's like me going out and getting physical in the WWE. So, that's of course Johnny Knoxville beat Sami Zayn, and it did nothing but launch Sami Zayn into the atmosphere. So the WWE is the only place that can take a celebrity and put him over a talent, and somehow, some way, it works.
Guys, I've kind of got bad news here. It looks like we've gone through all the steps, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to connect to us tonight. So I want to apologize first and foremost to all of our fans that are out there watching RivwrCity-Media. We will make this up to you. I will get him Kilgore on the show with you guys, and we will have a backup for you on a later date. So I do apologize. Get him Kilgore. Thank you so much for trying and being here tonight, and at least trying to be here tonight for us. I promise to get you on this show, though.
Oh, absolutely. Apologies. So we had it happen the other night with a coach guest, and it was a browser issue that finally we solved after hours and hours and minutes. And folks, if you've never been here on a live show trying to get a guest on like Joseph was just doing, you don't know the word pressure. So
yeah,
get him on here, and thank you very much, get him, and thank you, Joseph, for lining this up. We'll get him up here. But it does give us a chance to talk about a couple of things. And one of those things I don't want to get away from is the rebirth. No, Joseph, I'm not going to get you on a rant.
Thank you.
Rebirth of the Cowboy in AEW. AEW makes a switch with their heavyweight title, and I think they've what is old is new. And I think AEW is really searching for some top of the card guys. And you look who went over. You got the Cowboy over, and then you got Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay over in the semi-main event, over the EVPs, and over John Moxley. So I think that's a good subject too. Is what's AEW going to do? Because they need some homegrown stars right now.
Well, I think you forgot the biggest title change of the night, in my opinion, was Dustin Rhodes winning the TNT Championship.
True.
And I think that was a bigger win in AEW for AEW and for the fans than we've seen in a long time. And the outlash from it, the reaction that everybody gave to it, has all been positive. We've been waiting for a run like this since his Intercontinental title run with WWE as Goldust. So This was a huge thing for them. I think it's going to bring a lot of viewership to them, a lot of fans to them. And of course, the Rhodes School in Texas is going to be booming because now they've got a current TNT champion.
And you almost scream Howie, and I'm not, it's Howie's show to run here, but you almost scream, why don't you just hang the title, the world title, on Dustin Rhodes for a few months or a couple of months? 56 years old. He may be the biggest star in AEW right now.
56 years old, and he wrestled 3 times within a 24-hour period
Yeah.
to win
And
that,
and won.
and won all 3. And when I say 3 times in a 24-hour period, one of the matches was 2 hours before he won the title, I think it was. So, you know, it was a huge show. A lot more people showed up to that than everybody thought they would. But, you know, back to your point real quick, Randy, you was talking about Adam Cole having to give up the title that allowed Dustin to win it. You know, word came out today that Adam Cole had to give it up because he suffered another concussion Thursday night.
That's
And,
tragic. I did not know that.
and they are saying that he didn't use the R word, but everybody's leaning toward that could be it for him because, you know, he missed a year and a half because of that earlier. So he may be done. Well, we know he's done for a long time, but he could be done forever. If so, you know, it's a talent that we missed out on a lot of good matches with him because he is one of those that you know, I kind of use it a little bit more than I should, but he's one of those that you could put him in there with a broomstick and he could make a good match out of it.
Yeah, and AEW has signed some people that are at the end of their career. Daniel Bryant makes a appearance in a very offensive, elating appearance where he doesn't take a real bump. But I mean, I love AEW. Everybody knows I'm an AEW guy, but watching AEW, the biggest stars are the guys kind of going by. You're sitting here waiting, hoping and praying for an Edge and Christian reunion. Um, uh, Dustin Rhodes revived a dead Sammy Guevara's career.
Right.
Dustin Rhodes brought the Von Erichs to the national stage when you didn't ever think, after they tried for years to get Ross and Marshall in a national spotlight. You really and Swerve Strickland's great. I love Swerve. I love Osprey, but that they have 600 people signed, and it is really light at the top of that card. I think right now.
Well, I think part of that is because they brought in a lot of these older talents, like you said, Edge, Christian, well, Cope and Christian and Daniel Bryan and some of these guys, and they knew that they had to get the mileage out of them right now because you can't let somebody sit on the shelf for a few years that's that age and then bring them back in. So they're getting what they can out of them right now. But I agree with kind of both of what y'all said. It's time to get some homegrown young talent up. It's time to get MJF either at the top of the card or let him go on and go to Hollywood. But he can't be going back and forth because he's not big enough yet in AEW in the wrestling world to be able to jump back and forth like other people has in the past, like The Rock and John Cena.
Well, who's a bigger heel? Can you name a bigger heel in wrestling currently than MJF at all?
Randy Cunningham.
He doesn't count. He's the QB.
I can say that because he's not here now.
I
agree with you. MJF is the second, in my opinion, as far as heel wise, the second coming of Ric Flair.
And they don't have, I mean, like you said, they're at a loss for talent, and they're going to be at a loss in the money side of it. They're going to be in the red pretty soon if they don't do something with him, because he's going to walk out and he's going to go somewhere bigger. And whether they use him properly or not, he's going to go somewhere bigger. So they've got to capitalize on what they've got now before his contract runs out, and at least give him the title run that he deserves. At least try it with him to see where it goes. I mean, he's got great rivalries going on currently, but you could throw him into that world title picture and he could succeed. He could thrive. He could carry your company. I don't know what their plans are. Maybe he is the real MJF all the time, even behind the scenes. And I think they might be afraid to put that title on him and give him the run that he deserves. But at the end of the day, you got to look, man, real problems make real money. And he brings a lot of real problems, and he can bring a lot of real money to you if you allow him to do it.
And we'll go back with the WWE and I want to hit a couple of indie things, but I still feel like Cody leaving AEW, and even more than Cody, the death of Brody Lee
Yeah.
really crippled this company because Brody Lee was the one guy that was superstar over the day he walked in from the WWE, and he wasn't 45 years old; he was 30 years old, and had a lot of mileage in him. And you think about when AEW was drawing its biggest audience on TV, it was Brody Lee and Cody Rhodes at the top of that card most every night. So, um, and the Dark Order floundered, and that was a great storyline. Um, AEW I love, and we all want guys to work. That's what I tell locally. We've had some people on here that was like, "Oh, you wouldn't have us on," and we're like, "Sure, we would," because what we're about is creating opportunities at the local level. We can't create them on AEW, but we want to create opportunities for guys to work. And we want AEW to succeed. We want the WWE to succeed. We want MLW to succeed. We love professional wrestling. We love all aspects of it. Um, I happen to be a guy that enjoys the indie scene and the New Japan scene better, but that's my taste and what I like. And Joseph could like indie better, and Howie could be a WWE fan, and you know we all can find something we love about all these promotions, and don't ever root against any of them because all those guys are making a paycheck and feeding a family out of those promotions.
What do you guys think about Hook and Orange Cassidy and the boys, the up and comers, the guys that have been up and coming for a while? Do you think it's finally their time to succeed in this business and move forward? And then also the second part I want to add to this is you mentioned Brody Lee, but I think something else that hit them real hard was the Briscoe brothers. When the
Yes.
Briscoe brothers went out, that really hurt them a bit. So with that the losses coming and the new up and coming kids coming, where do you see the direction of AEW in the next few years?
Howie, I'll
Uh,
let you first.
I enjoyed AEW when it first came on because of all the new talent that they had. Watching these guys, they weren't very good to start with. Trust me, they wasn't very good to start with. But you watched them week in and week out. They started getting better, and I enjoyed watching them because you could see the improvements. I don't want to see a 50-something-year-old Chris Jericho. Sorry, Randy, but I don't see a
Uh,
50-something-year-old Chris Jericho out there wrestling because I've seen them do it for the last 3 decades. I want to see somebody new now, and that's why AEW has started. But now it's like watching a old version of WCW back in the day because you got the older guys out there, and they need to bring up, like you said, the Hook, the Darby Allens, the Orange Cassidy, which I enjoy watching because I mean I have a hard time walking, much less doing anything with my hands in my pockets, doing wrestling like he does, you know. And to me, I think that's why the women's division AEW is it really good. It's not the best in the world, but it's all new ladies that you've never saw before, and you can see them improve week in and week out.
and don't kid yourself, Tony Storm is the best in the world right now, and that's the reason that division is so good. She is so entertaining. She's not the best wrestler, but she can tell the best storyline of anybody. Hey, Kenzie Page might be the best wrestler in the world right now, the NWA champion. I would. Kenzie's as good as exists in the world of female wrestling. Hey, I'll echo what you said. What made AEW new is the first time you saw. It was really the first time a lot of the world had seen outside of Japan Kenny Omega. The Young Bucks had been on TNE and but never pushed. But their time is kind of over. The WWE doesn't leave the same guys on the top of the card. They work them in and out. I want to see personally, Ring of Honor is better than AEW right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
AEW owns Ring of Honor, and it's just like when NXT a few years ago caught fire and was better than the WWE. If you want to see the best of AEW, turn on a Ring of Honor show. And
And why is that, Randy? Because you got new talent on there that you're not used to it.
and you've got talent you've moved from AEW down that never got their shot that they deserved in AEW. And like they've sent Sammy there to reinvent himself almost, and Marshall and Ross. I love the Von Erichs. I love the Von Erich story more than I love the Von Erichs, just that next generation. But I'll say this, and I'll leave it up to everybody else to determine. There is a couple of people you could put a world title on, and you could out WWE the WWE with that person, and that would be two of them, in my opinion, that exist right now in AEW. You could strap a rocket ship to Will Ospreay and take him as high as you wanted to take him, and everybody in the world would love it, and not just a little bit over. I'm talking Ric Flair win every match on TV, never lose Will Ospreay, or a super heel in MJF and make him a super heel, and let him win for 7 or 8 years in a row.
Well, I said that earlier while you were gone. Is MJF is the best heel in the business, and there's nobody, and you're losing money. You're going to be losing huge money if you don't do something with him soon, because that man's going to walk out of there and he's going to go anywhere. He'll go to NWA, or he'll go to TNA, or he'll go to WWE. He'll go somewhere. Somebody will sign him, and they're going to put the belt on him, and he's going to hold it, and he's going to hold it for a long time, and he's going to be the best heel in the business there too. So
it's like it had to kill AEW watching 2 WrestleManias with Cody Rhodes at the top of it. They're about to be watching WrestleMania with the MJF at the top of it if they're not careful.
And to your point about Ring of Honor earlier, I think that there's a lot of people who don't understand that Ring of Honor is a breeding ground for professional wrestling. And I think that AEW did it right. They made a farm system in Ring of Honor. And not only did they bring the farm system back, they brought it back better than before. And they've used people like Samoa Joe to help the young talent out and to get them back on their feet and to rebuild them and reinvent them and let them do their thing so that they can move on to the next level. And they have. You can see it over and over again in AEW. And I think that that's one of the big things that AEW has over the WWE is there's a lot of talent that doesn't get to move up and doesn't get to move into that position in the WWE. They don't get the spotlight, but AEW is willing and ready to try it to give these people a spotlight.
Got to do it at this point.
Yeah, you have to.
Yep.
Yeah, eventually your Randy Ortons, your CM Punks, your whoever is going to be done, and who you got to replace them.
Right.
Right now, WWE really don't have anybody, but they are getting better at it. I will give them credit. They are getting better. They have brought the Jacob Fatu in. I think he's fixing to get a big push. I don't know how old he is, but I think he's going to get a big push. He's younger than Randy Orton and some of these others.
Oh.
So they are trying to make a change, but they got to do it pretty quick because at any moment Orton's back can go out because
Right.
what was it, 2 or 3 years he had that back injury. CM Punk, he broke a foot just jumping into the crowd in AEW, so you never know when he may do it. Seth Rollins is getting a little bit long in the tooth, and we saw what happened to him on Saturday night's main event. So WWE needs to start pushing people up, and AEW had some up there, but they pushed them back down. But they got to get them up as well because Edge, Christian, and Moxley, and all these other guys, they're running out of gas. They're going to be on empty pretty soon, and they got to replace them.
Howie, you said it earlier. You said that you kind of felt like it was the old WCW. Do you feel like there's anybody that's, and I'm going to get you in trouble here because either way you're going to answer this, it's going to be wrong. Do you feel like there's anybody that's keeping the talent away from moving forward in AEW? And this can be for you too, QB.
Oh, yeah. I think it has to do with the Young Bucks myself. I think the Young Bucks is kind of holding people down.
Woo!
I know that's a little bit of their gimmick on TV, but I think the gimmick on TV
is real life.
Is real life.
Yeah, I do too.
And at one point, I might have thought Omega was, but he's been gone for a while, and so I think it's basically the Young Bucks because we all. I don't want to speak for y'all two, but if I had to guess, out of everybody in the world right now, if I had to guess, y'all would say FTR is probably the top 2 tag teams in the world. But where are they at right now? They're on a mid to lower card on Collision on Saturday
Right.
night that nobody's watching.
And you know, I've kind of got a dream match that I'd like to see, though. I would like to see them against the Motor City Machine Guns. I'll just call it.
Yeah.
Thought we were going to get it.
I really thought we were, and it didn't happen.
Randy, what's your thoughts about people holding?
I'm not. Jeremy hates the Young Bucks worse than anybody on earth. I think the Young Bucks have kind of went into character, and you hate the character. I'm not sure Mac and Nick Jackson are holding people back, but I think there's a ceiling in AEW, and I don't know where it comes from. And I think it's over signing. Now look, Edge and Christian, Cope and Christian. I'm waiting on the tag team reunion, and they just busted up the part that so you can get it, and it needs to be over. Randy Orton is 50 years old, but the WWE don't use him at the top of the card. When's the last time Randy Orton held the World Heavyweight Championship?
Oh, that's been 14 or 15.
Yeah, so the WCW, the AEW's WCW version, to me is Jeff Jarrett as your champion. We still got Jeff Jarrett on AEW. We've still got Cope and Christian on AEW. A lot of folks have grown tired of Moxley's hardcore, you know. I think it's time I don't think it's Tony Khan as much as we need to let somebody else book. I think they need a fresh booker. And Tony Khan has basically booked AEW by himself for 5 years. But bring a fresh face in. Bring a new. In Memphis, every 6 months, they used to switch between Dundee and Lawyer because they could just freshen it up. AEW is very, very stale right now. Very.
This is Tony Khan at home. He's got wrestlers just like this at home, and this is how he books.
Stop it, Howie.
He goes through at home on his kitchen table, trying to decide on who wins.
I think he flips a coin over it too, and then if it's wrong, it's wrong. He wants whoever to win.
That's the a lot of America has, though.
I think you're right. I think AEW needs a fresh booker. I think they need to bring somebody in. I think that's one of the reasons that they got Jarrett is because Jarrett was booking in Mexico, and they were trying to get him in there to book. But I think we've ran into the old WCW problem that we got there. Let's put the title on Jarrett. Let's let him run it as much as he can and run it into the ground. And no offense, Jeff Jarrett is a great booker. His dad was a great booker. But at some point in time, you've got to let somebody else take the reins, Tony Khan. You have to let somebody have it, and you got to let them say, hey, for 6 or 8 months, we're going to try this and work it until our next pay-per-view, our next big pay-per-view, and then we're going to let somebody else work it until that pay-per-view and keep going on, keep moving forward like that. And like you said, it brings a different style in, and you get different people in because these bookers know different people inside the business to bring in. So
I got a comparison real quick.
Sure.
Tony Khan and Cody Rhodes compared to Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson. When Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones were working together, the Cowboys was bringing home the title. When Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson couldn't work together, Cowboys hadn't done nothing since.
Right.
Same with Tony Khan and Cody Rhodes.
Vince McMahon, Shawn Michaels, same dynamic. That's what it made the WWE horrible at that time too. Right now it's AEW, Tony Khan. The guys get up. The WWE went through their period of this too. Before the Attitude Era, that was horrible because Vince McMahon got, to me, like you're saying, fixated on having Shawn Michaels at the top of that card. And I think then right after that, you saw The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the birth of all these superstars. That's what I'm hoping happens in AEW.
Well, we lost gimmick wrestling there for a little bit too. You know, it went to no gimmicks whatsoever. Everybody was just who they were and go and figure it out. And I think that that's one of the things that's missing inside of professional wrestling is we got to get back to gimmicks again. We got to get back to the things that made it work. I mean, I miss a brother love. I don't know if you guys miss a brother love, baby. But I miss stuff that's like that. It made the 80s. It sold it. Brutus the Barber Beefcake, those shears, stuff like that you could see where he was actually coming to cut people's head. The Junkyard Dog. Yeah, exactly. Oh. So, I mean, you got to get back to that stuff and letting people develop it and be who they're supposed to be. Oh, yeah.
Big John Studd.
Big John Studd.
I think I think AEW, to Howie's point, is setting in an era where it's just kind of dead and needs a big shakeup. And that happened and it happens in all wrestling. So, hey, and before we get off of it, wrestling, and I know we kind of put a show together at the last second with our guest, how good of indie wrestling do we have in East Tennessee and North Alabama and North Georgia? Are we not, the reason I don't mind that AEW is bad right now? Because I got Joe Kazana Promotions just up the road. I got Smoky Mountain Pro. I got Deep South just down the road. I got Rocky Shaw trying to start his own promotion. I've got all these. I got Paul Lee and AEW down the road. We are blessed. And if you don't want to watch AEW or WWE, and I don't right now, I don't watch either one of them. And I still see a ton of wrestling because we are lucky to really have. And I think about Knoxville. You got JCP, and you got Crossfire. And that's almost like having original WCW and ECW in the same city of Knoxville.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
And the kind of running joke is any idiot with a ring can put up and have a show in Tennessee, right? But the truth of it is there's a lot of hard work that goes into it. And a lot of these overnight promotions, they don't last very long because they don't know how to build a successful industry. And so companies that you've mentioned, Joe Kazana Promotions, over 100 years with the JCP logo, and with now the National Wrestling Alliance, they've had over 50 years in the business with the National Wrestling Alliance. And just to be brought back into the National Wrestling Alliance a couple of years ago was a huge move for them. Crossfire Professional Wrestling, the Henrys, been inside wrestling for over 40 years, and they have they've got the pedigree. The girls are holding it up right now. Kenzie and Kylie Page holding it up, holding it down, and booking their shows, doing a phenomenal job booking those shows and making sure that they're great. So those are just two that you mentioned. 12 Gauge Promotions down there in Georgia actually just held a great show with our guest that was supposed to be here tonight. We were going to talk about it a little bit, but they held a great show, got it off and running on the ground, and crowned a brand new champion in Warden 13, I believe it was. Yeah. So, they've really been pushing this very far and trying to take it as far as they can. And they've been through a lot of rough stuff. And then, like you said, Paulie is going to be returning, by the way, his first time back since having kidney surgery and donating a kidney to AWL. So, it's going to be a very, very interesting thing to see at Circus 10 Arena down there in Georgia. So, guys, there's a lot going on in professional wrestling, and we haven't mentioned a bunch of stuff. TWE is going to be hosting some brand new stuff that's going to be going on here in a couple weeks too, and they are going to be a part of the City Brawl. Is that right, QB?
Cynic City Invitational is going to be this weekend at TWE. As a matter of fact, that's where I'm headed. You know what else we didn't mention? My personal favorite, Wrestling with a Cause.
Oh, absolutely. Wrestling with a Cause Chattanooga. They haven't announced their next show yet. They're scheduling it for October, but it has not been official yet. So I can't put out an official date on you guys yet. But we are in talks with them to be a part of that show and trying to help out in any way possible for that. And we would love to have you guys come on out to that whenever it's available too. But God, we've got so much good wrestling. Championship One Wrestling out of Cleveland, Tennessee, McDonald, Tennessee is where they're at now. They're in McDonald. But guys, you've got so much good professional wrestling that's inside the area. Warpath Pro in Pikeville, Tennessee as well. So if you guys are out in that area, go give them a holler, go give them a shout out, go see them available and live. All these places are good places for you to go. And we're not even touching stuff like TAP and, Pro Wrestling Symphony and Net Pro Studios LLC in Kingsport. We're not touching any of that stuff, but my Lord, there's so much of it that's out there. Innovate Championship Wrestling. You guys just got to find it and be happy with what you got, because not all professional wrestling is the same. You're going to get some shows that are going to be very beginner very beginner like. And then you're going to get some shows that are mid-grade. You got some professional, some beginners in them. And then you're going to have shows that are 100% professional. So you guys go to these shows and enjoy yourself, and you will get to see some up-and-coming stars in the day to come. And speaking of some up-and-coming stars, I don't know if you guys saw it on my Facebook post that I did, but Exodus Pro is looking for some new star searches coming out in August. They're going to be hosting some talent scouting events that's going to be going on at the Tree Lawn in Cleveland, Ohio. You guys want to get into that and definitely go out there and see everything and be involved with that, because EC3 is going to be there. Aaron Stevens is going to be there. Carson Drake is going to be there. Tom Latimer is scheduled to be there as well as the president. Billy Corgan is scheduled to make an appearance for both of those days. So you guys will be able to be seen in front of a large audience and get your craft out there and hone your craft with somebody like Exodus Pro. So go out and see some good wrestling. Go and be a part of some good wrestling.
And
My gosh, Joseph, how do you remember all this stuff?
I have a mind that's built like a machine. No, I've got a beautiful screen over here. Let me show this to you.
Oh, okay. You shouldn't have told you secret.
Smoky Mountain Pro is bringing Matt Riddle in.
Yeah, they are, folks. So that's going to be, I believe, the August 3rd show that's going to be happening at Smoky Mountain Pro. That's going to be at 128 Five Rivers Plaza in Newport, Tennessee. That's going to be taking place. They're going to be having the bro show. But this how I do it. I cheat a little bit, guys. I bring it up on my screen and see all this good stuff that's going down, and I read it. And that's what I was doing, looking to the left the entire time, just going through some different things. And as you saw, NWA 77 is going to be taking place 8/16/2025, the Paramount in Huntington, New York. Some good wrestling going to be going on there for the National Wrestling Alliance. Go and see all the stars of the National Wrestling Alliance there. Let me pull up Smoky Mountain Pro, guys, and
you shouldn't have gave your secret away. It's like a magician giving away how he does stuff. Here I am impressed, and I'm sitting here thinking, my gosh, I wish I had a quarter of the mind that Joseph had, been able to remember all this stuff. And here you are, just
I don't remember nothing. That's the thing. I've got it up on the screen for you guys whenever you want to put it. So we were talking about it. Matt Riddle is going to be coming in and talking, going to be doing a seminar at none other than Smoky Mountain Pro. That seminar is getting filled. They only had 10 seats available yesterday. It's $100. That's going to be there. It's going to be at 1:00 on Sunday, August 3rd. And then the show that night, doors are going to be opening at 5 p.m. The bell time is going to be at 6:05 p.m. for you. Tickets are going to be starting as low as $20. You can scan that QR code right there on the screen, and you can get your tickets today to Smoky Mountain Bro with Matt Riddle. So awesome stuff that's going to be taking place there, guys.
Man, I'm impressed.
take it. Do you need some oxygen or some water or something?
I got my Mountain Dew in the cup tonight. So
I was getting comfortable here. Hey, we failed to mention, I want to shout out Renegade Championship Wrestling, Georgia, primetime. Ty Rose is appearing down there right now. And I want to shout both of those out real fast.
Well, I'll pull that up here in just a second as well. If you guys want to, Renegade Championship Wrestling, you can follow them on Facebook. This will be their screen once it decides to pop up for us, guys.
Sorry about that.
See, no, you're good. You can catch all the action right here. And then, of course, July 26th, they're going to be having a huge show that's going to be taking place. And all proceeds from that show, there's going to be a portion of it that are going to be going towards the fight for autism with each and every one of their big shows. So you guys definitely want to come down and be a part of that. Hey, look, the GOV is going to be down there, guys. That's going to be a huge thing there. The Grumpy Old Vets will be there. Torque is going to be there. Big Andy versus Aiden Wright. That's the match that I'm the most excited for in this whole thing. And then Jeremy Prater is going to be taking on Damian Bradshaw. And if you don't know, Mr. Prater has been going at it and running his mouth, and he's been ducking Damian Bradshaw for the past 3 weeks. And it's going to be a chance for him to finally get his hands on Jeremy Prater at this nice little event here. So come on out and be a part of that too. That's going to be at the Tabernacle, 3890 Alternative 52 in Chatsworth, Georgia. And you guys don't want to miss it. Front row seats are going to be $20. Ages 7 and up are going to be $10. And you can get, that's for general admission, and 6 and under are always going to be free. Bell time is going to be at 8 p.m. Doors will be opening at 7 p.m.
The return of Jason Hampton also.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Who has quite some time with injury.
He's been out for almost a year. So it was right at the very end. of September or October, right at the very end of September, I believe that he's out. So almost a year that he's been out and he's been trying to recover.
Yes.
And another reason to go and see the local guys is I remember going down to Hamilville, Alabama to the National Guard Armory and watching a match on a Saturday night and flipping on Raw on Monday night. And all of a sudden, the same guy I saw in Hammondville was doing a match on Raw, and it was Bull Buchanan.
Wow.
Yes.
He's got his own promotion in Georgia.
Yep.
So he's running Bullpen Pro now.
And he's got his son is starting to wrestle as well.
Yeah, Zach's been doing really well.
You know, and we haven't mentioned MLW the whole time, and the birth of MJF, Jacob Fatu, and you know, the top of the major promotions came out of there. So great wrestling, fine wrestling. That's in the last 2 minutes. I know we're all going to run. Find some wrestling, you enjoy it, follow it. For me, I'm gonna be at TWA. I want to see some of the Cynic City Invitational this weekend. You know, I love. I'm maybe a mile and a half from TWE, and I saw Kenzie and Kylie Page there not long ago. I saw anytime the word NWA World Heavyweight Champion is used, I'm there. So find what you like and follow it. For us, I know Joseph and I have been to some shows together. Howie and I go to shows together. And I can't think of a bad one we've seen ever.
No.
Goldberg, Saudi Arabia against The Undertaker.
We didn't.
Well, we wasn't there, though. He's talking about in person. You're just pissed at Goldberg right now. So
I am. I'm pissed at him.
That don't count. I'm pissed at WWE, and let me tell you why. I was at both events this weekend, the Saturday Night's Main Event and the Evolution. And they had a Evolution store set up at what used to be called the CNN Center, but they call it the Center now. All sorts of merchandise in there. You go in there, and the one person's merchandise you could not find, LA Knight. You could not find anything of LA Knight in there. You found everybody else, but no LA Knight.
Yeah, dummy. Love LA Knight.
But and another title. I'm sorry, go ahead, Randy.
LA Knight might be my favorite WWE wrestler. So that's just I love LA Knight.
I think they're dropping the ball on him. They need to give him a huge title run. I think they're dropping it bad with him.
And another title change over the weekend at Evolution, Naomi winning the women's title from Io Sky. And Naomi is going to get a good push. The crowd went ballistic when she came out.
Well, I think that she deserved it. I mean, look at all the crap she's been through the past couple of years, and to come back and fight like she's fought and do the things that she's done. It's amazing to see that the crowd really respected her whenever she got that title. And it was the biggest pop of the night. I'll say that. I believe it was the biggest pop of the night.
Yeah, either her or Rhea, when Rhea came out. One of them two was the biggest pop. And the thing about Naomi is her new attire that she wears, the caution. I think I saw more caution tape strapped around people than I did on the streets of Atlanta all weekend long.
That was just crime scenes, Howie. You just...
Yeah, I know, but they were more on people, though. But it was a good show. Both shows were good. I had a good attendance on both of them. Evolution was a little bit down. But for the WWE, TKO, whoever booked it the same weekend of Beyonce concert, or to have their butt whipped, that's all I can say.
Well, guys, I mean, I think it's been a pretty great show so far that we've had here. We were talking about MLW a little bit earlier. Their next show is going to be Saturday, September 13th, 2025. It's going to be in Dallas, Texas. Tickets are on sale now at mlwdallas.com. You can get those, or you can catch them on their YouTube live page. And it's going to be Fightland. MLW Fightland is going to be taking place. Baron Corbin is scheduled to headline that show, as well as the RK Brower himself. He's supposed to be there as well. Matt Riddle is supposed to be there. So we'll definitely get a great show out of that.
Absolutely.
So he's no longer Baron Corbin. I forgot what he moved his name to, though. Lord, it's been a couple months.
You know, the one thing that could really hurt the WWE eventually is the prices of the tickets. Because I saw today where SummerSlam tickets were $17,000.
Yeah.
And
They're going to price everybody out.
I can go see Kenzie Page for $10 for second row tickets, and that's where I'll be.
There you go.
Best bargain in sports.
And you can almost get a better show at some of the little local independent shows.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Some of the independent pay-per-views are a lot better, to be honest with you. Hell, we were talking about Exodus Pro. Exodus Pro, the last couple pay-per-views have been really on top of it. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize.
It just came out of nowhere. It just got me.
Well, Exodus Pro, I mean, they've really held a killer show. Their bookers at Exodus Pro have been doing really good, especially with the Caesar. If you guys don't know, you guys need to check it out and go check out some footage on the Caesar. Him and Richard Holiday have had some stuff going on. EC3 have had some stuff going on. And their main event, they had a casket match that went over extremely well this time last year. And then their last pay-per-view, they had some standout tag teams that came through. So,
hey, and we can't get off this show, and I know it's time to go without shouting out our boys over in Missouri and Kansas. Trevor Murdoch and his group doing such a great job. Carson Drake at the top of their cards right now.
Yeah. World League Wrestling is on fire right now as well. Carson Drake just recently won that heavyweight championship in World League Wrestling, and he did it by hook and crook, like we always talk about. He lies, he cheats, he steals, he does everything he can to retain a title, and he's ducking old Camaro Jackson right now.
I think Carson Drake's got some buck snork in him.
He's got something going on him. Their next show is going to be August 9th at the Harley Race Arena in Troy, Missouri, 2025. You definitely don't want to miss that. And then their following show is going to be September 6th, 2025 at Harley Race Arena in Troy, Missouri, right there on Cherry Blossom Way, guys.
Allie,
I'm done, guys. Sorry. Oh, that got me about as bad as when I seen Titus O'Neil slide underneath the ring that time in Saudi Arabia or wherever it was.
You're welcome for the comic relief.
Yeah, boy, I needed it after this week, buddy. I appreciate it. Oh man, yeah, Randy called me that day when Titus hung up underneath the ring, and I couldn't even talk to him on the phone. I said, "Just go home and watch it. You'll know what it is."
And I did. Anyway. And I laughed so hard.
but with Joseph just popping, I loved it, Joseph. Oh, anyway, Joseph, where are you going to be at this weekend?
Currently, we're going to be at the house. We haven't scheduled to be booked anywhere yet, but I do have something that I'll put on the screen for you guys. If you give me just a second to get it back up here. You guys can follow me on all my social media, but you can also follow me at buzzsprout.com. This is our page, Wrestle Talk with a Rabid Beaver. You can hit it up at Wrestle Talk with a Rabid Beaver.buzzsprout.com right here. As you see right here, that's the best way to follow us. And then if you guys want to donate to us, you're more than welcome to donate to us at any time by going to buzzsprout.com, and then you can /2289100/support, and that will take you to this page. It's 100% secure for you guys. You can do it anonymous, or you can do it directly with what you're going. You can support us with as little as $3 a month. That helps us pay all of our bills, keeps our lights and water on, also helps us travel to these shows and events that are going to be going on. But I do know we will be a part of Smoky Mountain Pro for their fair show. We will be doing our comeback with them at the fair show, which should be taking place, I do believe, here in the next couple weeks. I believe it's the 3rd is when the next show is going to be. Let me double check my stuff here, but that's going to be coming up right there for that. So, guys, that's how you can follow us and support us, as we said there. And we would love to be a part of your life any way that we can. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitch. You can follow us on Twitter, StreamYard, of course. Wherever you guys get this, we would love to have you guys. Spotify is the big one for us. Wrestle Talk with a Rabid Beaver. Come on out and hit that like, follow, and subscribe. Or Nerdy Gaming with a Rabid Beef 132 at YouTube.
Why did you put the A in front of the Rabid Beaver?
Because I was a Rabid Beaver.
Okay. We'll see.
That's how he ends up. When I spell it as the Arab Beaver.
No, it was my gamer tag. I actually got it from Xbox, Xbox Live. That's how I started. And when I started streaming live with them, it just kept the Rabid Beaver stuff and got a lot of followers through Twitch and Twitter at that point in time, and just kept it going.
When I see the A on there, it is. I'm trying to say Arab. A rabid beaver, but it's rabid beaver. I know that, but when I'm trying to, when I look at it and see it, it just throws me off. Randy Cunningham, where are you going to be at this weekend?
I think I'm going to be at Scenic City Invitational, probably night one, and never seen Mad Dog Connolly live, so I look forward to seeing Mad Dog Connolly. And hey, shout out to Cabana Man Dan and Deep South Pros, Deep South Wrestling. We're going to have Cabana Man on, and they've got some big anniversary shows coming up.
That's New South Pro Wrestling, Randy. New South.
Too many pro wrestling organizations. Deep South is Nick Patrick's. I'm sorry, Nick. New South, of course, with Dump Sanders and Cabana Man Dan, and the world champion, the biggest man alive, Dave Weaver.
When it's going to, don't we have a Cabana Man Dan scheduled to come on here?
Next week. But we got to figure out what day we're going to pull it off. So,
okay. Awesome. Good deal. And is that the TWE? Is that going to be a 2-night deal, Randy?
Yes, it's Friday night, Saturday night, both. And right now you can get both nights, second row ring seating, VIP access for $50 and guarantees you a second row seat, VIP access both nights, or just enter general admission, $15 a night.
Awesome. Good deal. Guys, been a great show, even though we didn't know what we were going to do, but I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Shout out to the glitch there, who had a little glitch, but we'll get him on here.
Yeah, our apologies to Glitch in the Matrix himself. Get him, Kilmore. Thank you so much for trying your best to be on the show. We will get you on here, and we will have you soon, sir. So thank you so much for being with us tonight and at least trying to be here.
Yeah, the main thing is thank for trying. Some people would have just tried it one time, said, I ain't going to mess with those redneck guys. Leave them alone, But he tried quite a while.
Football.
The what?
And most of them coach football.
Yeah, well. So, but guys, enjoyed the show. Looking forward to talking to y'all next week. Who we have next week for sure? Do we know?
We are going to have Prince Gabriel next Thursday. And also we may have right now what's tentatively scheduled is to have Juicy Jeff Bishop.
Juicy John.
I can't say anything right tonight. Juicy John Bishop, he's going to be an audio interview. We'll probably do that at 7. Then have Prince Gabriel from California at 8. And then on Friday night, have Cabana Man Dan. That's our tentative, but that's a lot to put together real fast. So it's what we're trying to do. And for some reason, my light went out. If you're wondering why I'm holding my phone right now, my ring light has went out, and the only light I have is from the window. So
boy, nothing went right tonight, did it?
No,
nothing.
I look like a spook trying to get a ghost. I got no lighting. So let's end this thing.
You look like Sasquatch walking through the.
Well, guys, if you want to hear a horrible rant on Goldberg, you can catch it right there on my Facebook page. And I apologize. It is very explicit. It's not made for children. But until then, thank you guys for having me on as the Rabid Beaver of professional wrestling.
Yeah, I don't need to hear it tonight after the comments you made earlier. I'd probably laugh all night long. Wouldn't be able to get no sleep. So
hey, Howie, just think about it. Oh hell, nugs.
Yeah, there you go. Joseph, how did you get caught up with us? Here you are, all professional sounding and got all the professional equipment. Then you get stuck with me and Randy.
Well, it's not by chance. I'll tell you that. It's by design. I was actually hooked up with you by a couple of our friends that hooked us
You
up
got
together.
designed wrong. I tell you that much.
No, not at all.
You need to go back to the blueprints, I think.
No,
And I ain't
sir.
I ain't talking about Matt Morgan either. You need to go back to the original blueprint drawings there. So let's
No,
get this
sir.
thing over with because Randy keeps on moving around. I'm afraid of what he's going to show us. So for the Rabid Beaver, for QB1, good night and God bless everybody.